Vlogmas day 9, I believe. I just got off work. Another night of insomnia, believe it or not. I stayed up fairly late playing both video games, which I'm gonna continue today, because I had to quit because it was like 2 o'clock in the morning and I had to be up at 7 for work. But yeah, I woke up this morning, used the velvetizer. My face has some shine, but not as bad as it normally would be, especially since I did my makeup 6 hours ago and I have not powdered since then, so in love with this product. I could show you really quick what I wore to work today. This is my outfit for today. Just a black, like, mock turtleneck and the black cardigan I got from ASOS, and I got the Just Fab boots on. Was able to work all day in these. The platform really helps. And then, personal fact about this skirt. This is like a, I don't know, high-low, I don't know what you call this, the line on the skirt. But believe it or not, this red skirt is actually from when I was in high school. And this is actually Express, really old. The skirt's 16 years old. One reason why I love Express clothing, because it definitely lasts a lifetime. And the things that they make, I feel, some can be trendy, but overall, it's like timeless styles. But anyway, for today, I think I'm actually gonna do a mukbang because one, I'm hungry. I have not had any breakfast besides coffee, and it's like almost 2 o'clock, so it's definitely lunchtime. So, let me turn on some lights. And these are actually just, you know, not my professional lights, just the lamps that I have around my apartment. They're from IKEA. But anyway, let me get set up and situated, and I got some Zaxby's. Hopefully it's not too dark for you guys. I just really did not feel like actually setting up my lighting, you know, to do this. So this is my first one, and I will admit, I've only watched a couple. So please forgive me if I don't do this correctly. But yes, I went to Zaxby's. Funny thing about Zaxby's is the city that I live in, they have 3 locations in the most random hidden areas. So it's almost like I forget about Zaxby's a lot. But normally when I go, I get their traditional wings and things meal. Any of you guys out there Zaxby's fans? And if so, what do you typically get? And then I like the mild sauce. I will admit I'm a wimp when it comes to spicy stuff. But I normally get the sweet and spicy. If you want to check out my food here. Do I need to turn on a light? Don't know if you guys tell, I really can't stand like traditional indoor lighting, which is why I own so many lamps. But yes, I got Texas toast, chicken tenders, French fries, and the traditional wings, celery, the Zaxby sauce, which I think is all right, ranch, and then I also got some honey mustard, so. Oh, and they actually gave me little wipey things. They don't always do that. Let me change really quick. Speaking of which, okay, this is so much better. Basically, in a sweatsuit. Forever 21 sweatshirt, which I probably have featured forever ago in a haul, and some old school Hollister sweatpants. Before I get into what I really want to talk about, so how do you guys feel about the recent Snapchat update, how they separate your friends from social media? It's interesting how they can determine which is which. Okay, well today's a big day in my city. I live in the state of Georgia, and so down in the South, well probably around the whole United States, college football is a huge deal. And I gotta admit, I'm one of those indifferent people. It's good old Coca-Cola. Yeah, I gotta admit, I'm one of those like indifferent people, just because my mom technically did graduate from like trade school, which she first went to become a cosmetologist in the late 80s. I'm technically the first child out of 3 to go and graduate college. And so my college is becoming a well-known one in the States, but it's not like on the national level, I believe. But like if my school had a football team, that's who I root for. I don't really give a crap about any other team or any really college football team. But I think it's the Auburn-Georgia game. I have plenty of friends that are having get-togethers today and going tailgating and all that stuff, and I'm just like, eh. But anyway, let me get into what I really want to talk about, which, you know, some of you may not care about. I'm a huge Walking Dead fan. If you follow me on any of my social media, you would know. I actually just went to my second Walker Stalker, and unfortunately, I do have some pictures and video on my phone. The majority of stuff I had is on that hard drive. God. Anyway, interesting fact is that I only used to eat cooked celery. I was out in like a wing bar / grill. Now I think the service we were getting was crap, and so I was hungry, so I actually bit into a raw piece of celery for the first time. It's not bad. Apologizing for talking with food in my mouth, because I swear to God, if I was in public, I wouldn't be doing this. I have really good table manners, but because I'm home and I'm by myself, I don't give a flip. So I'm sorry if I gross out or offend any of you guys out there. Just keep that in mind. I'm really hungry. What was I talking about? Oh, and so, you know, my friends and I, we were speculating. Okay. I'm going to put it out there that I'm going to talk about spoilers, alright? If you're not caught up with the episode, please don't even bother. But I watched both Fear the Walking Dead and The Walking Dead, and, you know, news came out a couple months ago, maybe, that they're going to cross over, and that... Okay, Fear the Walking Dead basically gives you a realistic depiction of what the world would be like if the zombie apocalypse started. And keep in mind with this whole genre, the whole term zombie does not exist. It's like foreign to everybody on both shows, so. But Fear the Walking Dead, I believe, takes place like, it started about a year, maybe 2 years before the zombie apocalypse, before The Walking Dead actually starts, that show. And so when they announced there was gonna be a crossover, it kind of raised some questions. And it kind of made sense to me that they would probably choose a character that's dead on the show already. Because how can they involve an actor or a character from The Walking Dead and put it on Fear the Walking Dead if they're still living? I mean, that actor would be filming 2 times in a year and wardrobing and aging and stuff like that. And so on the finale of The Walking Dead, we get to, or Fear the Walking Dead, sorry. We get to meet like one of the most recent new villains, Proctor John. And he kind of brings up his plan of getting out of Mexico and going to Texas, Houston specifically. And so what came up in my head, along with a crap ton of other people in the world, is that, okay, well maybe they might put Abraham on Fear the Walking Dead. And you know, that tweet that Michael Cutlass released, it was like, some crazy shit's about to go down, see y'all on the other side. Of course, I kind of assumed the timing of that tweet, along with that announcement, you know, I assumed that it might have been Abraham, since he's from Houston, Texas, especially. But then when they announced, oh, and then side note, you know, I just went to Walker Stalker, and of course my friends and I were like watching Michael Cutlass from afar, and of course he wore hats every single day, which is something that I think he normally does all the time. Even though when I went last year and actually got to meet and talk and take my photo off with him, you know, he basically looked like Abraham, even though he's not a natural redhead. We noticed at Walker Stalker, which was about a month ago, that he had his caps on, but we could see some red hair underneath it. So we're like, oh my God, is he about to start filming for Fear? Is he the crossover character? You know, what's going on with that? And then somebody actually brought it up in the panel, which I know I did record that moment on my camera. And of course he was vague. And then even Josh McDermott and Christian Sorrentos, they both chimed in all of a sudden. They're like, we're from Texas too, you know. And so that kind of just made us think that. But then when they announced this past Sunday that it was Morgan, I was just like, what? What? And then I started thinking, some more footage that I have on my camera, or that I have on that broken hard drive, is when I went and did a set tour. And that was actually a year ago. So I know they just finished filming right before Thanksgiving. And I believe Fear shoots shortly after that. So it's like, okay, well, if they just concluded filming, and I will admit I'm part of a spoilers group, you know, how can a character go from that to Fear unless that person's probably gonna get killed? Because what they just got done filming now is the end of the spring season next year. And Fear normally comes on shortly after The Walking Dead concludes in the spring. Or summer, I should say. Or no, it's spring. So I started to raise questions. You know, I watched The Talking Dead after when they revealed it, and to me, Lenny James, who I actually got to meet this year at Walker Stalker, which is pretty cool, he kind of didn't really seem happy. I think he made the statement that he said his goodbyes, or just got done saying his goodbyes, or something like that. Which, you know, was an interesting answer. And so I'm wondering, you know, the only way Lenny James could live is if they jump into the future on Fear, which is something that they've never done before. Especially with how it ended, how everyone's separated after the dam being bombed. That would seem weird if they did that, you know? And then, you know, we all recall a couple of seasons where Morgan was gone. When he went crazy and then met the peaceful sensei guy and then went looking for Rick. So it's just like, the timing seems to not add up at all. I don't know. Even if, well, I just don't know. I feel like the only way they can make it make sense is if they're so behind the Walking Dead timeline where this could be the period that Lenny James, or that Morgan was by himself, you know? But then it kind of raises questions. Well, how can he go from Georgia to Texas? How does that work? You know, if it was when he went crazy or before or whatever, like, I just have a lot of questions. And so, if he doesn't die at the end of the next half in the spring, it does not make sense for the shows to meet up and be in sync. I have no idea if I'm making sense. But anyway, if any of you guys care to comment or raise some questions or answer any of mine, you know, please feel free to comment below. I feel like I've done more talking than actual eating. Any vegetarians out there, I'm sorry. I love me some hot ones. This is not easy because it's already been almost 15 minutes and barely made a dent in this. Anyway, I really don't know what else to talk about. Maybe I can talk about my hard drive situation. Due to me just not having $400 to $600 just to spend, I'm gonna hold off on sending it. I may go ahead and pack it just so I know it's safe and wrapped in a box. I'm not just sitting anywhere exposed. I'm thinking the longest I may wait to send it off might be the beginning of January, but I have a feeling it's gonna be sooner than that. Because I'm just gonna want to know, you know, whether or not the damaged parts of my drive include my pictures and videos from the past 21 months, a year and 9 months. And then, don't know if you guys know or if you watch all my videos, but I suffer from insomnia. Now in the last couple of months, it's been pretty good because I've managed to fall asleep like at a decent hour without even having to take a sleeping pill. But I can definitely tell that I'm stressed about my hard drive and a couple other personal things. Just, you know, adulting and paying bills and stuff. So my insomnia has come back. The last 2 nights I couldn't fall asleep till after 2 o'clock when I was actually falling asleep by 11:30, which is fairly early for me. But anyway, I love being an adult, but it's not all it's cracked out to be. If you would have told me what adulting would be like, I would have been more responsible with a lot of things growing up. I would have saved a lot more money too and been less of a spender. But anyway. Oh man. Would it be crazy if I admitted to you guys I'm almost full? Personal fact about me is that I love food, if you haven't already determined that. And I can eat a lot. I've eaten a large pizza by myself before. But then sometimes, like right now, so my eyes are bigger than my stomach. I don't know what's up with that. I am naturally a really quiet eater, so I really don't know what else to talk about, folks. How are your days going? Hopefully better than mine have been. Anyway. Yeah. I'm probably gonna, really chill out today. Probably gonna play more of the Guardians of the Galaxy in the Batman game. And then, because I actually have to finish the Guardians of the Galaxy season. I've only done the first 3 episodes, and I purposely waited to play the 4th one because I always play it all in one sitting. And so now I have 2 episodes left for that. And I know the 3rd episode of Batman, The Enemy Within of season 2 just dropped, so I'm gonna play that as well. And I know I've been really slow at my gaming uploads just because I feel like, you know, my channel is just random AF to begin with, but it's not a gaming channel per se. So I know I had a couple weeks where I was just like back to back Batman videos, so I'm pacing myself like I've said before. But anyway, I really don't have that much else going on today. Tomorrow, of course, is the 7th episode of The Walking Dead, I believe. And then we have, what, 1 more left? Which is crazy. And so I will be going to my friend Mallory's house again. Well, I actually will be dog and house sitting for a week from now. I can't believe I'm like full. Maybe it's not that, I'm just satisfied. Because I used to be the type of person that would just eat and eat and eat because I just didn't want to waste any food. But recently I've been trying to eat and stop when I'm satisfied, you know? Oh God. I'm taking a nap too. This is probably going to be a really lazy day for me, folks. Which is why I thought to have my lunch with you guys right now. Just what I talk about is how I tried to go redeem my points to Sephora the other day, and I believe the first product I'm gonna buy from the Fenty Beauty line by Rihanna will be her foundation, because I swatched it. I believe I found my color match, even though I'm technically only 1 to 2 colors darker than Tati Glam Light Guru, which I don't think is entirely correct, but I swatched it on my arm, let it dry, and I got to see like how matte it got. And since I'm using this velvetizer stuff too, which, you know, I am kind of shiny now, but to think I did my makeup, what, 7 hours ago, and I have not powdered at all since, this is not bad for me. Can't believe I waited this long to get that product. But anyway, I have to use up my VIB, the little offer that you get in December, which is like $20 off a $50 purchase. And so I believe I'm definitely gonna buy the foundation in my color. I got to playing with all the glittery lip colors that are out right now. Ciate has one, but one that you don't really see a lot of people talking about would be the Kat Von D, I think they're called glitter veils, if I'm not mistaken. I got to play with practically the whole line at my local Sephora, and they're just so beautiful. Definitely not something for every day, but I guess kind of like all the makeup that we all have, I just want to have a couple. And so I'm sure, I don't know by now if I've put up my latest haul, but I got my hands on some more of the Sunny Riley Good Genes, which is the lactic acid serum that exfoliates your skin. And I'm already seeing such an improvement in my face with my other products absorbing better. So I'm kind of leaning towards getting myself some more Good Genes and using that $20 off, but I haven't decided yet. Part of me doesn't want to go to my local Sephora because it kind of sucks, because it's like one of those inside JCPenney's. And, you know, I have the flash shipping thing. You pay $10 a year and you get free 2-day shipping on all your orders, no minimum purchase. So part of me wants just to order stuff online, but part of me wants to actually go there to play and just leave with it immediately. So I haven't decided what I want to do. I know I have to use it by December 16th, so definitely by then I will know. I love this sweet and spicy sauce. When I go to Buffalo Wild Wings, I usually get the Asian Zing. This is definitely more sweet and spicy in comparison to that. Oh! Oh no! Okay, I think this shirt's a little more appropriate. It's great that I caught that on camera. It might be a sign that I need to stop eating. So this may not be a relaxing completely afternoon / night for me. My second job actually just, what was that? My second job actually, my immediate manager there just messaged me asking if I could come in because they had a call out. Of course, the lazy side of me is like, no, but the money hungry side of me is like, you're free, you don't have any plans, so you should go use your time wisely and make money while you're at it. Oh man, I'm gonna wait a little bit. It's almost 3 o'clock now, and where this is, they're open late for holiday hours, open till 11, which I think is insane. I'm gonna ask her, does she need a closer? Because if she does, I would prefer to be there for just 3 hours at the most. And so if she needs a closer, then maybe I could go in from 8 to 11. If not, then maybe 7 to 10. I should also ask who else is there. Is it just me? Because if it's just me, I don't like getting sucked into situations like these. There's nobody that's gonna be there because of the game that's on, and then whoever wins, those people are gonna want to go out and celebrate. Anyway. Funny how things can change so fast. I just asked her if she needs a closer, because if she does, then I can do an 8 to 11. Prefer to not be there long enough where I have to take a break, because it's too long of a day for me, I'm sorry. Yes, she needs a closer. I'm gonna have to set my alarm because I will probably end up passing out on this couch. I'm gonna eat some more fries and then this is probably why they refused to let me go when I tried to quit 4 years ago. I knew they could rely on me. So, are there a lot of you guys out there that work multiple jobs just to make ends meet? Okay. I hate wasting food, and I love French fries, but I hate them at the same time because they never taste good left over. Maybe sweet potato fries sometimes, but that's really it. I want to finish these French fries just because I know I'm not going to eat them later. The couple wings I have left, the tender, and even the bread I know will be fine. But the French fries, they're not going to be good a few hours from now. Okay, I'm going to have to set an alarm just so I can know to wake up in 3.5 hours. Wait, 4.5 hours. I don't have to be there till 8. Okay. Alright, well, I don't know how this compares to other mukbangs, but maybe it's because I'm just such a quiet person in real life, and while I'm eating especially. I can't really think of anything else to really talk about. Of course, there are things going on in the world right now that don't make me happy. The main thing being the net neutrality being dismantled. Probably by the time this is uploaded, a decision will be made on that. I think they're voting on it on December 14th. If you don't know what it is, you should look it up. It's amazing how not every single major news outlet is talking about it. But the FCC and certain people within our government want to dismantle Obama's net neutrality, which basically leaves the internet free for everyone to use. If it gets reversed, you know, the FCC and major corporations like Verizon, AT&T, all the internet communications out there can control and charge more, even more for faster, for internet access to certain sites and to certain companies. And basically, internet won't be free. There'll be no such thing as, you know, you being able to freely use it or via Wi-Fi and things like that. And then they could purposely slow down traffic to certain sites and, you know, speed it up for others. And if you want to access this app or this company or whatever online, you have to pay this extra fee and yada yada yada. And I think the only country that has passed something like this is Portugal, but that's it. But of course, there are some major corporations out there like Verizon and AT&T who are for it because they can monopolize off of it. It's good to hear the companies that are against it, like Google, Facebook, Netflix, Twitter. Those are the only ones I can think of off the top of my head. But you guys, if you don't know what it is, please look it up. Please stay informed. More informed than just what's going on with your favorite celebrities and social media stars. Like, actually, stay informed of what is going on in this world, and don't always trust everything you read immediately. Go to multiple sources, check your sources. A really good article that explains it, I believe, was in Fortune magazine, which if I can find it, I'll link it down below. But I don't normally ever get political, ever, even in real life. I usually keep my opinions to myself just because I was raised that religion, abortion, and politics are 3 things that should not be discussed, like in the workplace or things like that. But there's one thing I can say about this most recent election is that I have actually become more outspoken about things. So, anyway, let me change the subject. But I think this mukbang is going to be pretty much over. As you can see, don't know if you could tell. I love how big Zaxby sauces are, but I've done pretty decent damage. I only got 2 wings left, a tender, a couple pieces of bread, 3 pieces of celery, and unfortunately a bunch of fries. I can't really think of anything else to talk about, folks, unless you want to watch me eat in silence. I'm talking with my mouth full, so rudely. I don't know if there's going to be anything else to report today. I may squeeze in some more gaming sessions for myself and a nap before I'll get dressed to go in to job number 2 tonight. But if I don't return to report back to you guys, then I will see you for Vlogmas Day 10. And hopefully I can come up with something interesting to do tomorrow to keep you guys entertained. I wish I had more of a nerve more of a nerve like how I did back in the day. But I honestly don't really go out that much in public in my hometown anymore. More so when I'm out of town. Am I more comfortable whipping the camera out in public? But I really wish I could take you guys to see some things. I had an idea to like, I love looking at Christmas lights and just home decorations. But I thought it might be creepy of me to drive through neighborhoods that I don't live in. Just to simply record other people's houses. Yeah, that's a little weird. But anyway, just like a couple days ago, my Atlanta trip happened so suddenly. We can hope that other spontaneous things can happen for better reasons. Not to say I didn't have a good time. My friend, he took me out to a couple of new places I'd never been to up in Midtown Atlanta. He's a gamer, and I actually sat with him as he played Shadows of War for a couple hours. Which is a game that a lot of my friends are playing right now. So besides my hard drive issue, I had a great time up there, is what I'm trying to say. But anyway. Let me sign off for now. Just recording myself eating until the timer runs out.